Hi everyone, if you're watching this you obviously want to know a little bit more about me. So I'm just going to give you basically a run through of who I am, what I do. There's going to be a few subscriber questions in here that I'm going to answer as well. So I'm just going to start off with, I've written that stuff down, so if I'm looking away I'm sorry, it's because I've got notes. Yeah, so you all know me as Lalome 2005, but my real name is Nicole and my last name is Orange. And that's my married name. My maiden name is Tunnicliffe Wyatt. That's hyphenated because my parents weren't married when I was born, and so I got my mum and my dad's last name. So I'm 23 years old. My birthday is in May. I live in New Zealand, which is at the bottom of the world. I met Martin at high school. Which is in Fielding, FAHS Fielding High School. We met there when we were 17 and we got married when we were 19 on April 26th in 2008. We have a baby boy, Roman, who is our little IVF miracle. We have two dogs, Max, who is a Huntaway cross with Doberman. He's a big dopey dog. And we have Vice, who is the complete opposite, a Jack Russell cross with a Fox Terrier. He's a yappy little nippy thing. So I am from a completely blended family. There's me and 5 other siblings, stepdads, stepmums, half brothers, half sisters. So I've always worked in childcare. Ever since I left high school I worked at before and after school cares and holiday programs, and Martin has pretty much always worked in dairy farming. So things that I like, or my favourite things, I love a good old roast, you know, like with crackling and roast potatoes and carrots and gravy, everything like that. Or I loved crumbed food, crumbed fish, crumbed chicken. My absolute favourite drink is Just Juice. I cannot live without Just Juice. If we get a 3 litre of Just Juice, it only lasts a day because I drink it like crazy. My favourite holiday destination in New Zealand is Lake Taupo. It's a beautiful place. My favourite international destination is Rarotonga. My favourite band is Paramore. My favourite singer is Rihanna. My favourite colour is pink, and that was the theme of our wedding, pink and black. My favourite season is summer, of course. My favourite movie, okay, don't laugh at me, but my favourite movie is actually Gone with the Wind. 4 hours long that movie is, you guys. 4 hours. So another question is, why do I vlog? Why do I diary my life? Well, basically what happened is Mum and I wanted a baby, and it wasn't happening because I've got polycystic ovaries, which affects quite a lot of women who have infertility. Polycystic ovaries is the reason. For a lot of the time people couldn't understand why, why we were, well, not, I mean, men deal with it differently, so I was outwardly upset, whereas Mum was inwardly upset. All my friends and family were like, don't worry, it'll happen when it happens, and you just need to relax, and you need to, all those really frustrating questions that you want to kill people over. And I was, it's hard to say to people, well, no, it's not going to happen if I just relax, and no, time isn't going to get us a baby, because I don't ovulate, and if you don't ovulate you don't get pregnant. And it was just, they couldn't understand why I was so upset about it and things like that. So what I decided to do at the start was video the IVF process, because they couldn't understand why I was so emotionally broken, basically. My dogs are going crazy. So originally I was posting my videos on Facebook for my friends and family to watch, so you could see each stage of the IVF process. And then eventually it turned into reaching out to other women, because I kind of realised, I've been through something that a lot of other women are going to go through. And, I was successful, and although the road was long and hard, it's to give hope to other people, basically. I want other people to watch my videos and go, okay, so the needle wasn't actually that big for period on, I can handle that. And or IVF was successful for her, so maybe it can be successful for me. And it's a whole journey for me. And I have written diaries as well, which I have put in a blog, which is nearly finished, for people to read. And it's kind of like, it's like a little community, and I really like that, and I really want to help others who are going through IVF, and that's why I try and answer every single question people ask me about IVF. But I didn't only just do IVF, I did Paragon and I also did Clomid. So when people have questions about those two, I can answer that. But I loved the journey, and that's why I want to share it with other people. It's going to be something cool for Roman to look back on when he's born. He's already born, when he's older. And so I just think it's a really great thing, and I'm so glad I did it. So someone asked me if I did intralipids. No, I didn't. Never even heard of them, but I googled it and it looks really interesting. Something to do with recurrent miscarriage. I have never had a miscarriage. Maybe. We did have one cycle, a very, very, very last cycle of injectables with Paragon. I did get a couple of positive pregnancy tests, very, very, very faint positive pregnancy tests. And for 3 days, I was just on cloud nine. I thought it was so wonderful that I was finally pregnant, you know. And then all of a sudden, the pregnancy test turned negative, and I got a really, really heavy period. And if it weren't for that heavy period, I wouldn't suspect that I miscarried. But because that period was just so heavy, and I'd never had one like that before, I had my suspicions that I may have been pregnant and that I miscarried. But we just don't know, because my beta turned out negative and the pregnancy tests were just so faint. So whether it was the trigger injection still in my system, but I mean, that was 13, 14, 15 days after the trigger injection, so it must have been out of my system by then. So I will never know. I just have my suspicions, basically. But so I read up on this intralipids thing, and it looks really fascinating, but no, I didn't do it. So sorry for that subscriber who asked that question. Another subscriber asked, how would I feel if my second baby turned out to be triplets? How would I feel? I would feel seriously terrified. Absolutely. I was terrified that I was going to have twins, because twins run in the family. So when I had that ultrasound to find out how many babies we had when I was pregnant with Roman, there was only one, and I could finally breathe easy. To all those women out there who deal with multiple babies, take my hat off to you, because one baby is hard enough. I don't know how you would do it with 2 or 3. And this person who's a nanny to triplets, my goodness, how do you do it? That would just be crazy. So if I happen to even have twins or triplets when I get pregnant again, I'm going to be honest with you, I'd be terrified. Absolutely terrified. Just one baby at a time I'm completely happy with. Another question I had was, how do I edit my vlogs? Well, I made a video on that to show you how I edited my vlogs. So it's because I've got a Mac, and they have, the Macs have editing software on them, and I just use that. How many Clomid cycles did I do? I did 7 Clomid cycles, even though they say after about 3, you know, if you're not pregnant by about the 3rd Clomid cycle, it's unlikely to work. But the reason we did so many is because we were waiting to get to that 1 year of trying mark, and in New Zealand you can get government funded to get treatment paid for, but there's all this criteria, and one of the criteria was that you had to be trying for at least a year. Someone wanted information on Paragon. Yep, so Paragon is a follicle stimulating hormone, so it's basically just replacing what our body should be doing if our hormones are all over the place. So yeah, it stimulates those follicles to start growing and maturing, basically. The needle isn't long at all. It's about that long. It's an intramuscular injection, so it doesn't actually go, you know, it doesn't go right in. And usually you do it in either your stomach, around your belly button area, or your thigh. I did it in my stomach, and didn't hurt at all. Absolutely not. Tell you what, bit of advice for anyone who's doing Paragon injections: just do it. Just stick it in there. Don't go slowly. Don't go medium. Go fast. Just like on my bit of paper it says to do it like a dart. Literally like that, bam, and you don't feel it. It's wonderful. Last question, someone asked me about my blog address. The reason I have not given you a blog address yet is because I was using a temporary one, so now I actually have a .com address, and it's still in transition at the moment, and I'm just doing a few tidying up pieces. Most of it's online. I've only got like 1 or 2, 3 pages to write up. and then I promise I will tell you guys the address. And if you guys could tell all your infertile friends about it, get them all to join my page, because it took me so long to get this up and running. I've been talking about this for weeks, and I've been doing it like every day. I've been adding to it. So it has taken me weeks, and I've even spent a little bit of money on it, and I've kind of come to really love it. So if no one joins it, I'm going to be sad, because the reason I did it is to show you guys another side of how I felt during my infertility journey, because it's all written. It's all my written diaries, all the stuff I did before I even did my vlogs for IVF. And I have a few rants in there, you know, like, oh, this person not pregnant, that person not pregnant, why am I not pregnant, you know. So but it's really special to me, and I can't wait to show you guys it. So that's all my questions. But if anyone ever has any more questions to ask me, just flick me a message in my inbox. I check my inbox on YouTube every day for messages, and I try and answer them as soon as possible. I'm a very simple dresser. I always wear black. I don't really wear much jewellery. I love Pandora charms. So for birthdays, Christmas, everything, I just tell people to get me Pandora charms because I love them. I love Pandora. I have 7 piercings all in my ears. No, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have no tattoos, but I do plan on getting Roman's 6-day-old footprint tattooed on my back with his name. My back, because it's a little bit inconspicuous, like you can show it off or you don't have to show it off, like it's not somewhere where everyone's going to see it if you don't want them to. Yes, I do have a funny accent, not that I can hear it myself, but it is a Kiwi, New Zealand, European accent. Yes, we're very lazy, and yes, we drop off the ing off most words. Do I plan on going back to work? Eventually, not anytime soon. I didn't spend over 2 years trying to get this baby for someone else to raise him. I prefer to raise him myself, and then when he starts to get a little bit sociable, then I might go to daycare or kindergarten or play centre, but I don't really want to put him in full-time care. Unless, of course, we're really desperate for money, but we're not at the moment, so no, at the moment. I'm into diary writing. This is a very, very thin one, but I write in a diary every single day about things that I do, things that I go to. The reason this one is so bland and unexciting is because we moved to Ekatahuna, and it's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing to do. Usually my diaries end up this thick because there's just stuff shoved in there, and I write in it every day, all the exciting things we do. And this year it kind of stopped because, yeah, we moved to the middle of nowhere. Do I plan on having any more children? Yes, we have one frozen embryo, which I want to use as an absolute last resort. I want to try and get pregnant naturally, which is why I'm going to start a weight loss program very soon. You know, we're looking for a house at the moment, so we might be shifting, so we're house hunting at the moment. So, yeah, I used to like painting and drawing. I say used to because I don't really have time to do that kind of stuff anymore. Martin and I used to have date night on Wednesdays because we love socialising. So we had friends at our house every day of the week, and so we decided that we had to make Wednesday a day where no one was allowed to text us, no one was allowed to call us, no one was allowed to come over. It was just mine and Martin's day, and I used to really look forward to that. And Monday nights used to be L night. If you're on my Facebook page and you look at Ode to L night in my albums, that's a bunch of photos of people came around to our house every Monday, and we all put in money, and we all took a turn at cooking dinner every Monday. And it was just a way of just, you know, being with each other every Monday. You know, it started with 4 people. L night, Linda and Lorraine were the 2 first people, and that's why it was called L night, and then it grew to about 20. So it was absolutely wonderful. Loved it. You know, we just love life. I really enjoy life. I'm a very happy person, and I'm so grateful that we got to do IVF. It was an amazing, amazing experience. Yeah, if you want to just follow me on anything, I will get my blog up soon, but if you would like to join me on Facebook, the link is in my channel. So that's all, guys, and I finally got this up, and if there's anything I missed out, message me. Okay, see ya.